A pint. I'll be right back.
All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another exciting episode of We Shot First. We are in season 3, episode 7 of the We Shot First podcast, which is now a live stream. We're trying to get this slotted right now, Monday night, 7:30. And we're dabbling with the idea of doing double headers. So on one Monday night around 7:30, 7 o'clock, come on and chat with us early. It'll be Star Wars. The next Monday, it'll be Starfinder all night long. The next Monday, it'll be a one-shot. And we're going to try and stack some episodes. Now, for the podcasting audience, for the YouTube audience, you will get your 90 minutes uploaded once a week for as much as we can maintain that. But if you watch the live stream, you might actually get some additional content up front first and out of the way. So stay as long as you can. Watch anything that we could possibly do in the second slot. We're trying a couple of things out here, so bear with us. Now, again, if you're listening to this in the podcast aspect, we Shot First, and we are everywhere. You can get your podcast. We are also uploading live recorded video showing the ship, showing dice rolls, as we call them out, or we try to remember to call them out, on our YouTube page that you can get from our main website at www.rollmongers.com. Find our YouTube page at Rollmongers Podcasting Network. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, and then you have a choice. You know, I'm going to walk the dog. I'm going to listen to the audio. I have an hour or so to kill, and, you know, let's see how ruggedly handsome these Star Wars fanatics are. And, you know, of course, look at the battle map for battles. So, because our, you know, exclamations sometimes are a little lacking, but haven't had any complaints. Sometimes there's a little bit too much information in our battles when Mr. Messina, who's in the house tonight, starts spraying and praying with his gun.
Oh, it's tiny pew pew. It's no spray like Sasha. I miss Sasha so much.
You miss Sasha so much. So while I've got Ryan here early access and the other guys are just coming back off a break and we're already recording and streaming, I wanted to talk a little bit about Merrick. We talked about your level changes, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're happy, man, to be on Rahaul's shoulder again? How you feeling about this new security droid?
I don't know. He's droid. I haven't so much more time.
Well, I can't say he talks much, but from what interactions that he's had, this thing is programmed to be a partner, to actually integrate into a small, tight-knit team of organics, whether it's police force, secure team, or whatever. You know, investigate things, you know, and not just like, could you find out where Poser hid the sugar so you can make coffee, that kind of thing, you know. But he did actually find the sugar really quickly, so, you know, to his credit.
Poser always puts it in obscure spots. I don't know why he doesn't put it back in the same place every time.
I don't know about that. Playing our force using, I gotta admit, we're in season 3, no lightsaber, and half the party don't even know what you can do. So I gotta say, hats off to Aiden Willems for not only taking an idea that Matt and I had a long time ago and making it his own, but really sitting on his hands. Like, from what we know about the Saga edition, and I haven't even let him look into the Force Unleashed book based on the video game, which is just straight up broken. Maybe later, who knows? You know.
It's debatable whether it's broken or not.
I got to say, he's done a great job at sitting on his hands as a player and not just running around, you know, kind of thing. But I did notice that, like, despite my gushing over your playstyle, there is that threat. We're playing the Rebellion era. We're playing the Dawn of Defiance campaign for Saga Edition rules, and there is that threat of each dark side point never goes away. There's no redemption in this campaign, and if you cross your wisdom threshold in numbers, you're mine. That character, roll up a new one. And for you, there's a double-edged sword because you have force powers now that if you have dark side points, you can't use them at all.
Correct.
or properly, or
they are just gone. I cannot touch them. I don't believe I can retrain them. So they're just kaput.
I've been looking around. I've found some interesting threads on Reddit that myself and one of our fans, Doug Baldwin, who introduced me to them, about assigning of a dark side point. And they lay out a bunch of stuff, right? I think your biggest threat, guys, wouldn't be like actively doing evil, but witnessing something bad because we rub shoulders with some baddies. I'm not talking about the ones in front of you at the end of your gun sight that are obstacles to overcoming. I'm talking about being put in a social situation sooner or later where you're seeing shit going down and you guys go, that is not my problem. And it's like, that is your fastest way to a dark side point.
Like the execution of that one guy at Darkest Palace, where I convinced them, hey, let's do a gladiator fight instead.
Yeah.
And then Merrick, dropped him from like 30 feet up and onto a rock.
So let's do a tally. That would be fun. Let's do a dark side point tally. I'm going to go like DP tally, right? Okay, so let's start with our fearless leader, Rahaul. What do you say?
How many DPs we got going on, Jeff?
Yeah, Matt. What are you gonna do? Come on.
Rahaul has been DP'd 3 times.
Ooh. 3. And
you nasty girl.
And Poser,
I guess.
Poser, which is this one really counts. Obviously,
he's very limber. He can take it.
0.5, but due to systems, we round down to 0.
Yeah, 0.5 pending. I remember
0.5 pending.
So you got to be extra cautious because, like I said, you've skirted the gray. So even something soft like that, could push you. Merrick,
I have partaken once.
Okay, and Zhin,
I have none.
Really? You shoot people for a living at distance and don't care. It's all about the pink mist, and yet it's always been.
But they're bad people.
He just hasn't done it while you've been watching.
Yeah, right. Actually, I guess
they're bad people.
That's the good thing about round 1. I hide. Oh, people are shooting my friends. Well, round 2, obviously they become a target because they are shooting my friends in self-defense and gack right through the window.
They've painted themselves as a hostile.
Okay, all right. I can see that.
So he always takes the high road. That's how he can live with himself.
Yep.
Okay.
And the drinking helps.
The drinking does help.
Dr. Leth. Now we have NPCs.
Cheers.
NPCs. We have R4 and we have Haas. Are both special cases. Let's have a peek. Now we will get that back to Dr. Leth. We're playing this on Monday when J-Town is not available, but we will be squeezing in special editions, special episodes on a Friday here and there, so that he gets airtime in the 3rd season, and the audience that are invested in that character get to see what he's up to. So if I peek at Haas here, we should be able to see his DP count. Boy, this takes for a while to load. Any guesses? Any wagers on how many he's got? No.
I'm betting he's sitting at none because he's been pretty morally high grounded so far. Maybe one for that dude we ganked in the alley on the blue deck.
Oh, that's right. I remember him.
Well, if Zhin, who's far worse, can sit at 0, his sheet says he's sitting at 0. I'll have to ask.
Yeah, I don't think he was there for that, to be honest.
So I gotta criticize Matt. Matt, being the leader does not mean you're supposed to lead in fucking DP points, man. That is not. That's not the way.
I can't. It's in my nature. I can't help it.
He takes the bullet
who
for us.
he is.
Leads by example.
I'm the one who takes the DP because I take responsibility.
You guys,
for the people in my crew.
You gank a guy in an alley on the blue deck. Poser was there. You personally interrogate a guy in a bathroom, and Poser.
But he wasn't there for the ganking. He was watching. He wasn't even paying attention. He didn't even see it go down. That's why he didn't get involved in that dark side point.
That is not it. I mean, Poser was guarding, but as soon as he went to yell out, Poser used force grip on him. The only reason it wasn't a full dark side point is because
that was your 0.5.
Because I argued that trying to protect all of us and the fact that he's an Imperial agent wasn't inherently bad. And so Jeff was like, all right, I'll give you the 0.5. If you do anything wrong, I'm giving you the rest of it. And I was like, okay.
Who did you guys have prisoner on the ship? And Poser was literally holding the guy's chain.
Is that
And that-
Wait,
Admiral?
And
what?
the-
We had a gimp. Oh, Gildervarth.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't Gildervarth because he's the guy that you were rescuing. There was somebody else. You had a guy on a chain.
Oh, it
in
was
the
the
bathroom.
scientist.
Oh, right.
Right?
Yeah.
The lead scientist dude.
Oh
that we-
yeah.
Yeah.
Interrogations. But he was so evil. Anything we could have done anything to that guy. We could have had him like interspecies galactically raped by things, and we still would have not gotten dark side points for that.
You totally,
Actually,
I
we
would
would've.
totally give you dark side points.
Oh,
But my
yeah.
point being is Poser was on the end of the chain. You know, he let you interrogate him because you were like, Poser, take a
No,
break.
no. Because I was holding the chain to make sure he didn't go anywhere. But then Rahaul was like, I'll take him to the bathroom. And I was like, or I'll take over him while you're in the bathroom. And I was like, okay. And I was in the bathroom and I was none the wiser.
Oh yeah, that's
Shocking.
right. I waited till he wasn't there
Yeah.
because he bitched,
Exactly.
he started bitching a little bit,
Yeah.
and I was
It
just
was
like,
a-
"Oh,
it's a-
okay, I
it's
see
just
how this
interesting
is."
fine line with like not being a bad person, but playing a strange character going, my character would totally do this. I will eat the dark side point. But what if your character like Poser is somewhat naive? Because you gotta remember, he was a Padawan. He was raised, you know, first he was abducted by rogue
And probably living the last like 3 or 4 months in a constant state of terror.
yeah.
So he's
Yeah.
traumatized, man.
But the player can get DP for their character by, you know, looking the other way. It's still a bit shady. I'm still looking into that. And the last big one was obviously the execution.
Yeah.
Right? And like I actually like they wrote it in there because again, you're playing it, having a Jedi doesn't mean you have to have a Jedi in the party. There's no rule saying you got to play a Jedi in any kind of party. And we have one. And I asked you guys only to have one Jedi. And if anyone else wanted to be Force sensitive, only one other. Right. And that's what we got kind of going so far. And then they put you in a scenario like that where it's you can't look the other way. And you risk, you know, and you guys manipulated events where you were trying to at least give him a shot, Poser, at least, you know, get him off. And then Merrick just got his first DP? Yeah.
Yep.
Dropping the guy on a stone.
He was already a criminal.
Yeah. No, I'm not asking you to justify your actions. I'm
He
just
tried to kill us.
looking for a little
I
recap.
do.
Okay. I'm not saying
So basically, I'm the evilest one of the group.
Yeah.
a 3DP
That-
and a
That doesn't surprise anybody here, though.
Yeah. The thing is, if I hadn't taken good force powers or light side force powers, I wouldn't be nearly as aggressive with trying to not get dark side points. It's the fact that I don't want to lose a fourth of my force suite.
You know what we could do? Because it's really not how many DP you have. It's your wisdom. I want everyone to pull up their character sheet so you can look at your stats.
Right.
Yep.
Okay? Take out your cell phone. Pull up your calculator. Okay? I'm going to do leth and give you an example. Okay? You take the DP, 0, and divide it by your wisdom score. His is 13. 0%. For percentage of evil, leth wins. Zhin, 0, wins. 0% evil. You take a guy like Merrick, who is 1, and you divide it by what? What's your wisdom there?
10%.
You're 10% evil on our chart. Okay. Take
He's evil light.
take Poser at
Right?
0.5. Take Poser at
Divided by 16 is 0.31 or 3.125%.
Yeah, it's extremely low. And then we have
Yeah, not me.
come on. Don't make me do it.
25%,
It's
baby.
25%.
Jesus.
Okay. That's how we should rate how dark you guys are getting, because it's also what you can withstand. Now, that's when your character give, like, through force of will, the bigger your wisdom can finally not withhold and give into the dark side, right? But it would also stand to reason that a guy with 9 and caves at 9 hasn't done as many evil acts as the guy with 18 and gets to 17 DP going, I'm good. What are you talking about? You know, this is still my character. I'm at 95%, you know. But I just need fun with math. If you guys wanted to sort of rate yourselves on like an actual, you know, evil
Yeah,
score.
I'm 25% evil. That's honestly, it seems pretty accurate. Really,
Because you were going to, you know, let me get executed so you can make some money.
you knew what you were getting into.
Some dark stuff. Some
Oh
dark.
no, it wasn't so I could make some money. I had no other money to bet. So it was
Oh,
just
that's
like,
right.
I was just like, he's like double or nothing, and I'm like, I ain't got it. So you knew what he was getting into.
We know what's going on.
You do you.
All right. Okay. Good to know. So let's return to, you know, to whence we left. Cloud City. Yes?
Indeed.
A haven for scum and villainy. What? No. A
But we're here.
yeah,
That's all perspective. Technically, everybody is.
you scum.
Yep.
A haven for scummery and villainy. Villainy? Is that even a word? For scum and villainy. Okay. We had left Zhin, if I'm not mistaken.
You are not mistaken.
We had left Zhin trying to milk a mall map. I wouldn't let him do it.
Bastard.
But some really good player ideas. I also got to compliment Frank, that last session where you were just kind of like, you know, a man with a plan. These guys are roaming around all this stuff, and it's like, we're going to do this, we're going to look into this, and if that doesn't, we're going to look into this, as opposed to like a sniper going, I'll look for a tall place. You're like, we're hack into this, look for fire suppression. All these.
I've got 4 kind of major ideas I'm working with here. You know, what intel can we get off floor plans? You know, as I'm kind of talking this over in my head as me and the droid are moving down the ramp into the city here. Can we get any information on registered Sabat players? You know, reputation, skill level. That way, if we have somebody that slips into the game, they'll at least know who they're going against. Obviously, what ships may have come in, you know, dark from, where was it? Cato Nemoidia? Because that's really the reason we're here. And then lastly, can I grab a hold of any import or export logs, you know, in case we want to hijack a cargo for some extra coin?
So let's have you pull up, while I do something with the other guys here, let's have you pull up the core book and look into the slicing rules and addressing a computer. And after failing, is it an hour later? Is it a day later? Is it, you know, how much time needs to go by, right? You know what I'm saying?
So the first thing I need to do is get a computer to indifferent or better.
Right. So what page are we talking here?
I just cut this off of a Wikipedia website, so I don't actually have a page number.
Okay, fair enough.
Let me see here. I would have to load the book.
No, it's fine.
Yeah.
Those are pretty comprehensive, and I think the system's old enough that if we have a fan that wants to make a comment, then we'll totally do take backsies. I mean, our blind approach, my blind approach to doing Pathfinder 2nd Edition Age of Ashes with Joe as an actual, okay, we have somebody has a grasp of the rules. We asked listeners to comment going, hey, call us out. And they do. Yeah, I mean, even today I got 2 new comments about the delay action I was discussing with Matt and all kinds of stuff, you know, that type of thing. But that's the idea of the show, was just, hey, learn along with us, you know, that kind of thing, right? This, unfortunately, this system is classic D20, but it has a big 5, -5, -10, not 2, 4, 6, 8 like the old D&D 3.5 or Pathfinder, that kind of thing. So when the penalties pop up, they're really harsh. And I don't know if that's their idea of like, oh, we'll just put harsh penalties to counter some of the really, what people call broken, but the really stackable effects, let's say. you know, the way this game can really get rolling for some classes and some feats and whatnot, you know. So anyway, you were saying making computers your friend.
Yeah.
All right, here. So the first thing I need to do is move it down the track. I don't know where it starts at. I assume friendly.
Computer? If it's a what do you call it? It's unfriendly unless you're accessing it from one of those Wingard security posts.
So that was my other question. Are there any other points where I can access it that's not one of those?
Sure, but likely according to R4, we'd start off with the same unfriendly, you know?
Because I don't know how easy it would be to get a couple of guys out. So that's why I was looking at like fire suppression, see if I could trigger that in there, and a couple of other places so it wouldn't look suspicious.
Well, as opposed to
Because
hacking a computer to auto setting on off, there's got to be sort of a break the glass and, you know, airlock the area, or you know what I mean? Like there's got to be some citizen or, you know, a key that a security guy has to open a
easier
panel
ways. Yeah. I'm looking for ways to kind of ease into, you know, my used computer, you know, via this system is easier to access than this system, which grants me access to the higher system, which, you know, so forth and so on.
Okay. Well, did you want to go and stake out a Wingard security post and see?
Absolutely. Sure. Yeah.
Because you were like,
yeah,
well, how many guys? I'm like, because you guys asked me blunt questions based on assumption, and I'm finding this more and more. It's like, oh, I asked the GM. You said 2. I said, well, yeah, that's what you assume. Go and look. You know, like maybe there's that, you know, coffee lunch thing or watch for rotation.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Know,
That's totally what I'm going to do then. Is I'm going to check it out. You know, and if I was able to get like the visitors map, yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So he's staking that out, and like I said, we'll give Frank a minute to just read over that. And Matt was going to, I believe he's trying.
I'm going to take
care
care of business. Yeah. So go to the trade guild and find out what time my appointment is, and do any requisite
have you
paperwork.
got anybody with you?
No, I specifically went and did it on my own.
Okay. And what's Merrick up to? He said, go have fun. It's like, I don't need you. Go have fun. Go have sightseeing. You're like, just wandering Cloud City, are you?
Without Sasha, can one even have fun?
You tell us.
I go look around hangars. See what's docked.
Okay. So you're doing some poking around, maybe asking, doing the, you know, the street, pounding the pavement, asking the hard questions, that kind of thing.
It's got to be like a gun range or something. You know what I mean? Like, there's got to be gun clubs in space. There's, you know, groups of people who just like shooting and blowing stuff up. It's got to be a thing.
Yeah, I could even see that being a bit of a pressure valve where you not necessarily like take a gun off a ship, but they
No, I'm specifically, I want to go to hangars to find components.
Oh, you just like want to wander around and start poking in people's toolboxes and panels and stuff that are unattended.
Junk stuff that people throw away.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I could still see that there's enough traffic and this and that where there's people getting off ships and heading into the main this and that, and you just kind of like, okay, this is near the mechanics bay, so those bins are full of tools and crap and junk.
Yep.
Go junking.
Yeah. Dumpster diving.
Okay. All right.
You really just can't find good help these days.
That comes down to a little bit of perception, a little bit of luck, and several hours of just methodically going this dumpster, that dumpster, this dumpster, but it'll keep you busy.
And he comes back to our like ritzy hotel room, and it's just like, Merrick, how do you always find a way to get yourself absolutely filthy every time you leave my sight?
He's sitting on a blanket in the middle of the room, and everything outside the blanket is filthy because that's where his person has been, but he's got all these nice clean parts that he's cleaned up on the blanket from the dumpster, that kind of thing.
Gotta get the grease off.
Yeah, exactly, right? So it's like everything, flower arrangements, drapes. He just kept running out of white balls.
Kiss
Yeah.
that security deposit goodbye.
Hey, a quick question: was I
Hmm.
allowed to wear my armor out here, or is that restricted?
No, just lethal
Okay.
weapons.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about your armor. It's been a while.
Yeah.
What do you got?
Oh, I have. Well, because we had some people come onto our ship and donate it, unwillingly.
Oh, the
I-
Wookiee's power
The
armor.
Wookiee was wearing heavy battle armor,
It was
and now
wearing-
the Merrick is wearing heavy battle armor.
right, and you've got like a jetpack strapped to it, or you leave that on the ship.
No,
Okay.
I always wear my jetpack.
Okay. Just walking around, big empty holster, sadly on the hip, and a big empty sling, sadly on your back. Little people with jumpsuits and batons are laughing at you.
There's a void that cannot be filled.
Okay. So he's moping around from dumpster to dumpster, and at the end of the day, yeah, there's that blanket scene, sure. Poser was also sort of
Yes.
given the day off, You want to just skip through them all, give off a couple pings, see how we're doing. I don't know.
No. Do we have a room?
Matt, I didn't even ask Matt how much it's going to cost, how much it cost him up front in charges, because it's like, I know there's going to be a whole bunch of finances. I mean, Merrick's already wrecking the room. So I'm going to take
It is a complete and utter business write-off. So the Banomeer mining union covers my expense because I am here as a legitimate representative to negotiate trading rights with Bestman.
Sure, but you need to pay them the cash up front, and then Banomeer submits to the guild, and this,
Sure.
you know what I mean? Because otherwise, players are just run around going, "Bill me," right? So, in the spirit of the game, you got to have creds on hand.
Dude, that's totally what they do.
Yeah, just saying.
Like that's exactly how it works.
Yeah, it's got to be reflecting of the real world.
I'm assuming that it would have been arranged via the company.
Well, during the Sabak tournament, they don't have luxury rooms kicking around. So again, you're like,
I never said it was luxury rooms, but you know what? I am willing to pay for luxury.
Okay. Well, right now, because of the tournament, you got to pay up front for anything because
How much? Tell me, and I'll take it off my sheet now. And
we'll get to that.
Sure.
I didn't. You kind of shanghaied me with that one. I was prepping for something else, and it's just like, yeah, would we have a 10-minute break for this? Yeah, you think it's a week? No, we're shooting this right after the other one. Episode 7 came right after 8, and we're streaming it live too. Usually, like,
crazy.
we thought about the second slot being a down thing, but it's like, you know what? I'd like to stream this once and then not try to like put it up as a premiere rerun later. So we're live. If you are watching twitch.tv/GM's Cut on a Monday night at 10 o'clock EST, I'm telling you, we're talking to you live. If you're watching this on YouTube and there's no live thing or Facebook or everything, it's live. If you're watching a video we uploaded, thank you, but not so live. Podcast pending. Those are chopped up and sent out weekly, so everybody has that weekly dose. So anyway, we'll make a note of
So we got a room that has door locks that are, I would assume, fairly decent.
Oh yeah, no, like the city is a well-to-do city. Like even if the digs are simple, they are secure, clean, and top-notch materials.
Then I will find a good place to hide my axe.
Mhm.
Yeah,
put
it away. Just make sure everything's secure and whatnot, and then I will go out to one of the. Well, I'll find a map and try and find a shadier bar.
Okay.
And then from there, gather information. See kind of what's going on.
Trying the street angle of what Zhin was doing with the whole ships coming and going, Darga's coming and going.
Yeah, more just kind of looking to see what's out there, what's going on. Because everyone's all up about the Sabak tournament, but it's like, well, what else is going on? Because one of the security guys was like, ever since the thing happened, it's like, well, what's the thing? So, very
Okay.
curious about a couple of things.
I have 3 scenes in my head, and I'll let you guys, you want mic time, you get your scene. If you would just like to get on with it, I'm going to offer the players a new thing going, unless I'm insisting because it's a legitimate scene or something that, no, you really want to play this out, or I need to for something for your backstory, whatever. I'm going to give you guys some opportunities to hand wave some stuff and just get right to some rolls. So like I said, Poser, got something for you, play it in the cantina, some mic time for Aiden, or hand wave, and we'll just do some rolls and you can get the results. Same thing with...
Let's just hand wave.
Okay, same thing with Ryan. I got something for you, the dumpsters, hand wave, get some rolls at the end. Now, technically, Zhin and Matt are active in the adventure with, trying to get info direct to the modules, so I can't hand wave that stuff because he's got to break into or observe, you know what I mean? And he's down to the guild. But you guys are going, I'm going to go over here and do this. I never have a problem with chewing up mic time for ambience or whatever, but we've been doing this for 3 years and we've barely scratched book 3. So I thought I would at least start offering, if a player's like, it's fine, they give you some rolls and blah, blah, blah. They're always saying, it's up to the DM. Let's make this interesting. Sure. But guys, I got tons of stuff that could endlessly role play every moment of anything anyone does, especially when you guys split up.
He's totally right. He just sometimes won't shut up. So
what do you mean sometimes?
Let's utilize the hand wave.
I agree.
Now, sometimes
I'm going to hand wave this.
Okay. So let's have some gather info from Poser.
Yep.
Let's have...
I will take a 10.
Okay. Let's have a mechanics check or 2, because you got to assess if a part is in good enough for salvageable condition as opposed to just professional. Because it's not about, I was lucky I spotted it in the dumpster. You're going to town. It's your judgment. I can use this. I can't use this. I know what this is, right? So knowledge, technology, mechanics for Merrick.
Sure.
Okay.
Now, there's a modifier I get from a talent because I have a very narrow focus while I'm doing this.
Mm-hmm.
Would I be able to use that plus from the talent for it?
What's the talent?
It's called bomb thrower.
So you actually want to make explosives with the stuff you're dungeon diving? Damn it, dumpster diving?
Yes.
Or what was your original thing you were said? I was like, I'm going to look for parts for something.
Yeah, bombs.
Okay, so you're basically going to start looking for components and then assembling, or, you know what I mean?
We'll get the parts ready, not assemble as of yet, because...
Well, like I said, even you'd need somebody in the know, but if your room ever got, looked over, what do you think, detective? And, the 501Z on it, like, well, I think these are all components that could be used for an explosive.
Well, anything, an energy cell could.
I know, but I'm just saying, but yeah, sure.
Yeah, so that's why I just want to have the
if your
parts.
If your purpose is to scavenge bombs, then of course you can. If your purpose was like, I'm going to use this stuff for my jetpack or whatever, but I use my bomb bonus, is like, no, you can't blanket it with everything can be a bomb, so I get my bonus. No,
no, specifically for the intention of implementing these as bombs.
Sure.
If not, I'm fine with just rolling raw mechanics.
No, you could just want to make this clear.
Oh, he's material farming. That's exactly what he's doing. He's like, I want to have a bunch of stuff in my bag that I can be like, ka-chink, tuk, 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 bomb, chuck.
Yeah, that is 100% where we're going with this.
Okay.
Natural 20 for a 40.
Oh, fuck me.
Oh,
wow, dude. So I like not only the cut of your jib, but the run of your rudder.
And the mow of the moxie.
My.
With a 40. Do you know what that means?
Yeah.
So you were mentioning those broken rules, Jeff.
No. I got this. 40 in any rule set.
So I take the whole dumpster.
No. You
Okay.
I want to explain why you would find this, okay? In the underworld, people that make bombs or criminals or whatever, what if you're lucky enough to find a car bomb? What do you do with it? You cut the red wire, right? Okay. What if you don't want to keep the guy's bomb? dumpster. Well, you shoot the guy. What do? They go over and they just drop the gun in the garbage. How many movies have you seen them just dispose of the weapon quickly and get out of there? Somebody disposed of a bomb in a dumpster near a mechanic shop of a ship that they pulled off of a ship. They made it inert. You know, took the detonator or whatever, but they just kind of went, meh, pull apart, gone. So in one dumpster, or by the end of the day, they thought they were smart, going detonator, fuse, you know what I mean? Right? It's just kind of like you just follow the pattern backwards, right? You know, you're in there and like somebody throws a half-assembled bomb on you. Thank you. Two guys walk up going, what do you want to do? It didn't work when we tried to blow up his ship. Oh, we'll just murder him in the, you know, when he gets off this world, right? This big, you know, he's in the other end fishing, right? Comes up. Oh, you know, 2 cut wires and you're good to go. Oh, all right.
Just about to call it quits, saying, there's nothing in here.
Yeah. So yeah, you find not just material to make a bomb, you find material to make a good bomb. Something that would be, I'm not saying it's a thermal detonator, I'm not saying it's det tape, but it would be the red-green version of like, so what you want to do is you just you get yourself a big enough energy cell and then you wrap 3 times around with the silver tape and then you add duct tape. Now a lot of people don't know about this and you know, so you end up with something that's ugly, not sleek, not functionable, but with your manpower, you know, with your knowledge, you made something that, you know, when the police come, oh my God, we have a brand new Bespin bomber. I don't understand the signature. What are these components? My God, Z05, I need your investigative skills. Like, you know, this kind of thing is going to happen. Anyway, Poser?
Yes.
Please roll forget this information. Kind of went off on a tangent there. And that's what happened when you hand wave. We spend 10 minutes.
Yeah, but no, dude, he rolled a 40.
I know.
He rolled a 40.
I know. I thought that was worth a little bit of, you know, explanation.
Story.
Yeah,
Hell yeah, 100% agree.
Well, now we've set a precedent.
Because
Go ahead.
Because, you know, I'm not feeling, you know, emasculated at all. I'm actually going to take 10 on gather information.
We haven't done much with this bombing stuff, so I thought I saw an opportunity to explain more about how that works, right?
Yeah.
So take your 10, sir, and?
Yep. 14, which...
I heard 4. I was going to... 40! What? What?
No. So gather information, learn news and rumors. Major news stories and popular local rumors can be unearthed with a DC-10 gather information check. Learning the detailed unclassified facts of a news story or determining the veracity of a rumor requires a DC-20 check and 50 credits and bribes.
Okay.
So I made the DC-10, so major news stories and popular local rumors.
Okay. Can I have a perception check as well?
Yes. Well,
no one has seen or heard from Dargo the Hutt. And that's all you get. But why? Why is it such a flat response? You get answer, you know what I mean? Like there's no one interested in, they take your money and they're like, no, or they just refuse your money, or they just don't want to talk about it. You don't see,
sorry,
you know.
You misunderstood. I'm not looking for Darga. I'm looking for popular news stories and local rumors. That is explicitly what I'm looking for.
Oh, sorry. I thought your angle was, you know, like that's what it says in the book. And obviously the arrival of a Hutt near a tournament would be somebody. Okay.
If that comes up, fantastic. But I'm not mentioning Darga. I'm not being like, hey, so did you hear about this Hutt?
Yeah.
No,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
going into the cantina, having a drink and just listening.
Okay.
Being like, hey, you know, kind of what's going on? You know, the Sabak thing. You know,
couple
crazy.
of custom agents are putting together a band. Yeah, we're really excited to have them do their first gig here in a week. Very exciting.
Fantastic.
Back to Frank. How you doing with those rules, buddy?
Dude, you got to make that band the most international superstar band of all time.
Working on it. One gig at a time, man. Starts next week.
So essentially,
try not to
essentially
blow this
what I need
place
to
up.
do.
Sorry, try not to blow this place up when you leave, guys. And Bespin possibly could have an up and coming band. Thank you. Sorry.
No guarantees on that.
Sorry, Frank.
We would never blow up Cloud City.
Never disable one of the engines that keeps it up to cause a shift in it.
Hey, what if you guys are the reason Lando got it on sale?
One slightly
go.
used Sky City.
I'm just saying, as the orbiting station city plummets towards its M-class planet, I'm sure the price goes down rapidly with it.
Probably a market for it as
Dude,
is.
were you not just talking about how we should avoid dark side points?
Well, I'm sure it's
What
Pretty
if
sure
you-
dropping a city.
well, the first
Wait,
adventure,
Raul,
like,
this could be like a power of sail thing.
despite Connor Besh's excellent performance when I just handed him NPC, that NPC in the first one, the burnt out like Vietnam vet thing angle I threw at him, he was in there and they gave you bombs. Like they're like, here's a former separatist who hates the and hangs out with the mushroom people, has a bag of bombs as long as you guys, hit these 4 flags, and you did. So he's like, oh, these are my bombs, right? It was kind of, give a party a bag of bombs unless they were really high and mighty or something going, no, we're never going to do this. Do you remember? That's the only time you ever saw like Merrick cry with such pleasure. He just wept and,
Yep.
There's something you don't
Blew him
see
up.
every day. Hi. Don't talk, Rob. You'll pull the camera.
Oh man,
Oh, that was too good.
was his name Rob or Monty? First name Full, last name Monty. All right, so I have a plan.
Okay.
Getting
I have
back on
new-
track here, herding these cats. So I'm going to go to one of these stations, these cop stations. I forget what they're called.
A wing guard
Wing-
post.
Guard station, and just stake it out.
Okay. I'm assuming the wing guard means like the flying wing, the 2 cloud cart pods, right? And the guys in little pill hats, kind of blue as opposed to the Imperial gray. They're called the wing guard. And even though they're an Air Force, they also maintain security and, the security post. So you got eyes.
Like a beat cop.
Yeah, you got eyes on.
Yeah. So what I want to find is one of these places, and get their routine down, and then try to hack into that computer when it's not manned,
Okay.
and hack from the inside as opposed to the outside on our ship, because
Okay.
I assume it will be much easier.
You stake it out for a couple hours, and it becomes pretty clear that it's overmanned, and it must be like you guys were stopped in orbit, and then you had to pay.
Okay.
You had to pay to play. You guys were stopped on the dock. You had to pay off 3 guys to not to sure like. Security has been completely beefed up because of this Sabak tournament that brings all kinds of ne'er-do-wells with all their subplots and schemes and fake mining operations and things like that from Banomeer.
Dude, it's my only legit operation. It's not fake at all. It's the only
Oh.
legit one. I was just like, I'm going
Oh,
to tap into
jeez.
my only legit thing.
So when you showed the boys your mining operation, it was like introducing them to your parents. Look, guys, this is my only.
Yeah, this is like, I'm just like, hey guys.
This is where I launder money.
It's not a car wash. Rahaul space wash.
All right. So if I can't find that, then I'm just going to have to use an out of the way terminal,
I didn't say you can't
not
use
on
it.
our ship.
I'm not saying you can't use it. I'm
What?
just saying, did you want to go down the road of a distraction? Because you were talking about fire hoses and pulling alarms and, keep getting
Yeah,
busy,
I mean,
get around.
if I can try that, I will absolutely try to trigger some type of alarm to pull the guys out of there.
Okay.
But if there's like 15 of them in there, I assume they're not all going to pile out like Keystone Cops. But I'll try it.
Okay.
A fire, 1 deck down, 3 rooms over, close enough that they can try to,
Yeah,
all evac to it,
they'll
but
be-
enough to keep them busy. For about
Gauge
10
the
minutes.
reaction time.
okay.
Yeah.
Sure. So,
All right, so I will use my. Let me look here. My little droid to try to give me a bonus, and then my hack bracer, which gives me a +2,
Okay.
and one of my last remaining computer spikes.
Okay. Now, the distraction, you shouldn't have to hack or slice a community computer. You could just make one. Like I said, there's
Okay.
got to be like a fire drill or something. Like I said, you should be able to create a diversion. Now, if you wanted a really good one, sure, blow the resources. If you want to save those resources for like when you get into the wing guard, that's up to you.
No, I'll save it then.
Okay. So you set up a distraction.
Yep.
All right. Roll me percentage.
Percentage dice? Okay.
Mm-hmm. We never get to see percentage dice in the show.
Never.
Right.
All right, here we go. Rolling the dice, it says. 80.
Okay. So of the 4-man crew, or sorry, 5-man crew that this post could have, right?
Mm-hmm.
Only 4 are here right now for whatever reason. Okay. You pull that alarm and it works yes and no. 3 bail. There's 1 guy left. You know, the guy, the Overwatch guy watching the monitors, you know, calling, blah, blah, right? But you've seen up to like 5 people could be here. And then it was like, okay, their rotation, they always seem to have 3 or 4 guys, no matter how long I wait. So it's like, okay, there's the guy clocking out. Okay, I'm down to 4, best it's going to be. And there you wait for your moment. You hit the alarm. Okay, 3 guys bail, you're down to 1 dude.
The goal of this is to do it without confronting anybody. So
okay,
I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
Or not. I'm not going to try to take out 1 guy just to for the chance to get caught.
Right. So
I'll just use some other terminal.
Okay.
And
so
take the penalty.
You're like, that's it. Let's go R4.
Yeah, I'll use a different computer that's not one of these security computers.
You turn to R4. He's gone. He's en route.
All right.
He's like right at their door. And he goes in. And something happens. And then he goes flying out of there. And the guy comes chasing after him. Bring that back, you little shit. Blah, blah. It's just like, what the fuck? You know, blah, blah, blah kind of thing. And he goes chasing down this droid. He pulls a total Ewok on a speeder bike.
That is good enough for me. As soon as that guy bounces out, I'll bounce in.
Okay.
And
You do not have long. You do not have R4.
So accessing a computer is a standard action or a full round action. That's all it takes.
Okay. You want to use your spike, giving you a +2?
Absolutely.
Okay. You get in here and it's like blah, 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 intelligence, will defense, blah, 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 sophisticated computers in exist. One of the most sophisticated central computers in existence because it's Cloud City, you know, unfriendly, blah, blah, blah. But accessing it here, you can access the central computer with a friendly attitude. So I'm friendly. Now what?
Now I would like to grant remote access with this friendly modifier.
Okay.
So I'm trying to make a remote access considered friendly.
And then
remote access will be the ship.
And then cover it up. Okay.
Yep. All right, here we go.
Okay. So basically you're looking to make a back door that can be Wi-Fi'd in, I guess would be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That's exactly what I'm trying to do.
Okay. So you got to reprogram this. This thing is friendly to you, but it might, you know, question what you're doing. Like it's going to be use computer going, oh, do I have the time? Whatever. Okay.
So as a full round action, I got an 18.
Okay. Now friendly or not, I'm assuming you need to, what is it? What have you found on computers? Because like I said, this thing's boasting a. If everyone was familiar with Star Wars, besides our like Hop 2 fans, I wouldn't break the fourth wall and do a very bad thing, going, "Oh, hey, player, it's this, beat this." Okay.
So if it's considered friendly, then there's no modifier.
Okay, because I have an intelligence.
The computer treats you as an authorized user and grants you access to any program or non-secret information, as long as it doesn't conflict with its previous commands.
Right.
You may add an equipment bonus.
Right. So if
buy any computers to use computer.
If you want to find anything out right now, 18's fine, but you want to set up something that goes against its programming, going, here, I want this back door always open because, they have set up a closed, you know what I'm saying? Like you're modifying its system, and it might not be cool with that. Anyway, you can pull up maps and download them, that kind of thing. Get your little stick in there right here, right now, no problem. But if you want to set up a permanent back door, you're changing the program. And I think we're getting back to my intelligence of 26 and will defense of 23. Because like you said,
okay,
as long as it's right, you can work on both.
So then, well, 18, I'm going to try to burn a force point to try to push it a little higher.
Sure.
By the way, you can take 10s on used computer checks. And you can take a 20 on a used computer check, except when attempting to improve access.
All right, so
which
does
he's doing. Like I said, he's trying to literally improve access by setting up a remote point, changing the programming of security system.
No, and I get that.
Yeah.
When a computer is friendly or helpful towards you, you gain an equipment bonus on all used computer checks made with that computer equal to its intelligence bonus.
Oh yeah, what's its computer bonus?
It's intelligence of 26.
Added to my roll.
Yeah.
Because it's friendly.
That's right.
Yep.
So 20 plus its bonus.
Right. So, well, I know a 20 gives a +5. 22 is a +6. 24 is a plus 8.
7.
That's 28, which beats its own will
28.
defense. So, okay. So you're in there, clickety, clickety, clicks, like, that's not going to work. And you hear them like, I can't believe I can't outrun a droid. Or, I got you, little shit. So it's like, okay, he's tagged the droid. Now he's going to start coming back. Right. And
remind me to negotiate a raise for Zhin.
Dun, 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 dun.
So I've added our ship as a remote access point that's considered friendly.
And you then what?
Then erase the contact log.
Okay. Again?
And then I GTFO.
Okay. Give me another roll.
Okay.
With a +8.
With a plus.
Yep. You just putting all that porn in a folder marked vacation pics just won't cut it. You need to
You can also take 10 on this.
33.
But he's under pressure.
Or do that.
Yes, man. Yes. What did you roll for that?
It was a nat 20.
Nat 20.
Oh, gorgeous.
Okay.
A natural 20.
I was
And
never
then
here. Dust off the
run.
seat. I was never here. You don't have to run anywhere. All you got to do is just be outside the room, right? Like
stroll out holding a map. These aren't the bathrooms.
Yeah.
And then
I mean, you wouldn't have to be leaning next to the doorway and look suspicious, but you know what I mean? Like a guy fleeing the area looks worse than a guy that's just in the area going, dun, 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 you know. Okay.
Oh yeah. And then I slip into stealth.
Okay. So
and away I go.
You're just going to abandon R4, who's getting chewed out and possibly detained, or there's droid hijinks, and then there's doing something to mess with a security post, and it's like, where's your master? Or, they take him and we guys need to bail him. You know what I mean? Like, use the droid to hack It's the oldest trick in the book, right?
So I'll exit the room.
Yeah.
Go down the hall for a little bit and wait.
Okay.
And when the guard comes back, if he's got the droid, I'll make up some bullshit lie.
Okay.
And shoot him if I have to.
He detains the droid. He pulls a weapon on the droid. The droid stops moving, and he calls it in. I need backup at this post and a security droid expert and blah, blah, blah. He calls it in. So he's down the hall still. He's come back, or he's caught up to the droid, and whoa, and then now he's marching the droid slowly back. R4 really drags his wheels, or oh, bump, I'm stuck on the crease in the floor, bump. The droid really milks it that it's slow coming back to try and buy you time, unaware that you've already succeeded. But yeah, this is all playing out down the hall, and he's calling it in.
On the intercom, R4, can you escape? We need to go.
Negative, Ghost Rider. Yes. Sorry. Yes, I can, but you're not. I thought we weren't supposed to draw attention. I'll be a wanted droid. Tell my master I love him. Yeah. Turns around. Out comes the arc welder right in the nads. Zap! No, I'm assaulting an officer, and I run for it.
Good enough for me.
Oh, jeez. Let's not forget episode 8 where we met Zhin, where he was abandoning crew members to join new. Like, use and lose is not beyond Frank Hamilton. Okay. So, yeah, you just, that's good. See you at the other side. Okay. So R4, zaps the guy and bails and makes a run for it.
All right. So I'm going to haul tail back to the ship using my remote access.
Yeah.
To the system computer and then cancel the warrant or arrest note for this droid.
Oh, nice. Now that's a fucking force point for Frank Hamilton right there, ladies and gentlemen. That's smart. Very well played, sir.
Smooth.
Very smooth. I'll just go back and
just
erase the warrant. Nicely done.
Thank you.
Nicely done.
Yay.
Yay. Nicely done, sir. Nicely done. All right.
Whew, I'm exhausted.
I just gotta pop up a picture of good old R4, right? This is him. Like just a plain old white, black striped. Get it?
Yep.
He's modeling himself like Jay inadvertently put pinstripes out. Like, look at it. He's wearing the Rahaul pinstripe. It's a white droid.
We're gonna have to get him a paint job at some point
with
now.
black paint lines on it, and that exploding forward foot that Merrick installed. Everything. I'm ready to go. Ready to go.
All right. So from there, I did have a couple of questions. First one, get some floor plans, some accurate floor plans of where the Sabak tournament's going to be.
Okay.
And since the computer is treating me as a friendly from here, correct?
I think it's smooth sailing. I think from here, it's just a matter of like when they come back, it'd be like, hey, I found this and I think this and you know what I mean? You're in like Flynn now, man. So it's just like,
okay, because now I can just take 10s.
Yeah.
You're getting, the computer is sending you email notifications for things now. Like they're just like, oh, by the way, I just made this adjustment to the system. FYI, buddy.
And then one of the last things I want to do is look up valuable cargo transfers.
There's a new email to like the entire security crew. Okay. I can't believe I'm going to say this out loud. The Backcloud Bespin Boy band is looking for a vocalist. Comes right across the daily newsletter, as well as a few other things,
And then, see, can I change the access level on the group's badges from whatever they were, VIP to VIP all access, no restrictions, no pat downs?
Oh,
just kind of,
Rahaul said he didn't buy. He bought a luxury room.
You're looking for a VIP Palpatine.
Yes, the Palpatine pass. And then those are just going to be delivered concierge to our room.
No, this is
or to their room.
This is not a hotel. I'm afraid it doesn't work like that. If you guys want to upgrade your room, or convince the computer your room's paid for, but as far as access goes, there is no such pass. You know what I mean? They have the cops, they have all kinds of business people doing business. You know what I mean? Now you could also log in the computer false identity information that, like this ship should get this, or like free fuel, or there's lots you could do with this. I see where you're trying to go. But I can't sort of like have you just walk in and open every door, because there is no such pass. There's no such, unless you guys literally want uniforms delivered to the, okay, I'm going to stop talking.
Yeah. So as the maids come by, there's a,
you're dressed as a cop and they're all in cosplay as maids from a cafe. Is that's the new plan?
Hey, 20 gold is 20 gold.
That's right. 20 credits is 20 credits, right?
Yeah. Top off the ship with fuel, load it up with a valuable cargo.
Oh, she starts searching for something that's supposed to go to another ship and just like, it's now going to our ship. All these lithium crystals are.
Yeah, I mean, they just misspelled the name of the manifest to what our ship's name is.
All right.
We'll do the delivery.
You do have to be careful of that, because anything that's, like other people are in this system, they will take notice, especially the guy that like wrote the manifest going, hey, right? Like, imagine the ship that's supposed to
Especially if people start bitching that they didn't get their cargo.
Exactly. I was gonna say the guy's supposed to get the cargo in an hour.
All right.
No, I'm not saying don't. I still think this is brilliant. I'm just saying be careful of that, because depending on what you ask for, the
Just
timing,
don't do it right now.
Yeah, wait until before we
right
leave.
before we go. Load up and fucking get out of there.
Also,
just
we don't
trying to-
have our ship here
I'm just
with
trying to
us.
crack out all the ideas before I forget.
the Banshee. Oh yeah,
No one's write 'em down.
Yeah, we should. We need to. Be
Oh, we got the Archelon coming. It's got plenty of cargo space.
Well, yeah, but we don't want to have it delivered to the Banshee if we're bringing in the Archelon.
Yeah, no, we have the Banshee.
We don't want to fuck over O'Keefe more than we
There
have
we go.
to.
That's a beautiful.
Well,
beautiful
or
ship.
we could send some much needed supplies back to the Resurgence.
Fair.
Thank you, Lando.
It is I believe I did hear it's the most advanced computer system in the galaxy. I believe I did hear that.
Yep.
Get all Matrix on it. Pull up the banking records for all ships that came from Cato Nemoidia. Were there any big deposits, any withdrawals, any movement of monies?
Start
Yeah.
transferring 100 credits from every clientele on the building.
Just a percentage of the credit. You know, that little bit of interest that floats around.
Strangely enough, now you know this to be a fact. They document this stuff. They know your ship. Like even Rahaul phoned ahead and said the Archelon's coming, and there's record of yourselves there. Or sorry, the Banshee. The Banshee's coming, right? Blah blah blah. We took the yacht to look fancy, right? Nothing.
Yep.
It's almost as if someone had erased all trace of whatever ship Darga arrived in, his presence. There's not any sort of room with a dais and a big fat slug pool. You know, there's no record. However,
Can we tap into finding the gaps? So don't look for the information, look for the lack of information, the sections where it's gapped out.
Yeah, so every dock has a ship in at 10, ship out at 11.
right. Well,
ship
remember how
in
you
at
erased your presence? I was never here. The login.
Uh-huh.
Someone's erased that, just like you, and there's just nothing.
Okay. So was there any voids in any cargo decks where a ship could have docked, erased its presence, and not filled it in with something else?
At the very least, it's going to narrow our search.
Yeah.
You can check,
Like find a floor
but
that way.
I'm. You guys are smart, but I'm telling you, there's nothing. Somebody has been very, very thorough.
Darga's kind of hedonistic, isn't he? Like a lot. If you're trying to find him, maybe find out like a VIP who might be consuming more than the average VIP.
Yeah. Any big shipments of food, liquor, or slaves going any direction?
That's possible. With a Sabak tournament and a whole bunch of luxury lounge lizards, there's a lot of that going around.
Anyone?
You guys are getting
More-
warmer. But anyway, I need to go back to what's going on with Rahaul here. Not that I'm giving you too much air, because I love the progress, but it's the timing that's going to screw me up here. So getting back to Rahaul, you head down to the Parliament of Guilds, and you're looking to...
Find my contact. There's going to be a meeting. We've got to do
Right.
some negotiation. And through those people, I hope to maybe get a tap into the tournament
Mhm.
and, subtly inquire about huts.
Ask around. Give me
Yep.
some rules. Give me some savvy.
What would you like? Gather information, I'm assuming.
Sure.
21 on that. And persuasion
Mm-hmm.
to aid the wanting for whoever I'm asking to help me. Of 26.
No hut, no Darga, don't want to talk about it, and people just end conversations,
Okay.
which means, again, mistaking what Poser was going for, perception from you.
Uh, 24.
Just like in the computer where someone has really, really, really taken the time to cover their tracks or erase their existence, for you, the on foot for people, okay, there's two types of people that will not talk, no matter how charming you are or how much money you throw at them, okay? People that honor a previous agreement and they are very, very, very well bribed, and people that are afraid. Very, very, very afraid. And like I said, with those rolls of being rather juicy over 20, you're starting to feel with your perception and you know, knowing the game, that scared and well-bribed people don't talk. So
Okay.
as far as the initial looking around, poking around, and asking around goes, you're kind of back to square one.
It's dry. What about the Sabak tournament?
That we'll get to, but you think you've got, you know, there is a way, you know.
Okay.
You can't execute it this second, but there's a way to get in the tournament, you know, that you've learned, but we'll get to that. Okay.
Yep.
So rallying the troops. You guys all have a wonderful day out. Ryan, you know, took him the day, but managed to get a really decently powerful, you know, toy that he can put together. Poser, do you want to apply for the vocal position on the, you know, because also the pubs are talking about the the Bespin Backcloud boys. They have a
It's
drummer.
not my type of genre.
Okay.
I prefer something a little more heavy.
All right. And you guys find Zhin aboard the ship with, you know, he's been poring over maps and, you know, this and that for his own agenda for like sniping and this and that, but, you know, has come up better than the other two. So I would say it's a win for Merrick and a win for Zhin. Where Poser and Rahaul slink onto the ship all defeated looking, and you know. And go.
And I'll relay the information that I found. I've got, you know, some general floor plans here of places, you know, we could camp out and stuff like that.
No hand waving, Frank. Come on. You guys role play this.
But right here, floor plans.
Yeah.
I managed to get a back door into the system computer, so we've got that going for us.
No kidding, eh?
Surprisingly, nothing about Darga. It's as if they had somebody come behind him and clean up. You know what I mean?
The man has nearly unlimited resources. Doesn't surprise me much. But I gotta say, I wasn't expecting this from you, Zhin.
Well, I got lucky and had some help. R4 managed to clean out one of the wing posts, and I was able to use their computer to gain friendly access. So that was nice.
Remind me to negotiate you an increase in pay. That was an invaluable service, my friend.
We all do our share.
I came up pretty much empty-handed on the Dagger front myself. Business is in order. Meeting time's been set. We're established here. I think it's just going to be a matter of time. Keep our eyes open. See what plays out with this Sabak tournament. How about you, Merrick? How'd your day go? You have a good time out there on the promenade?
I was bored for a while, but then I found many things. Well, I found this thing. I point over to the table where my treasure trove has been placed.
Mm-hmm. Don't mind me.
That was a very good find.
And what exactly am I looking at?
It's not a thermal detonator.
Oh, right. Right. Of course. Leave you up to your own devices.
And
You
I make
trash
new
the
devices.
room.
Could come in handy.
R4 stealth lowest roll 16 all the way up to 25. Dun dun dun. Sticking in the shadows. Dun 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 dun. 12. Oh, mischief.
Nice.
Get spotted right outside your door. Oh shit. Initiative. Don't set off my footmaster. No. 5 I think is decent for any player, let alone NPC. So he arrives later. He lies low. He hides and then basically says, come get me, master. Or, he just turns up on the ship later. So what's the plan now, boys?
Yeah. What do we got? I'm open for suggestions.
Okay. Some hours go by. Time goes by. As far as you can tell, Zhin, no one's caught on to your access. As far as Merrick is concerned, no one's going to go looking for a missing bomb that was thrown out. As far as Poser's concerned, those email that he's getting from the guy who's starting a band, who saw that you had a guitar in your case and wanted to know if you want addition, you can just ignore those.
Well, I would actually bring that up. So apparently there's a band that's being started and they're looking for a singer and possibly a guitarist. I've been contacted to see if I wanted to audition. Well, yes, I'm aware that this is ridiculous. It might be useful. It might give me access to some private parties and I might hear things. Should I go for it?
I see you, Wrangle. I don't know how relevant it is, but if you ain't got nothing else on the go, you play the game you got.
Fair enough.
Might be a great way for a DM to immobilize the Jedi for an entire day while you guys fight without him. You just don't know. Could be a red herring. Could be a... I'm tired of asking for force points. I'm just going to immobilize your character so you're not throwing force powers and melting brains. Who knows? Am I that dirty? Maybe. Maybe. This is an integral plot and a backdoor into some very, very handy information or access, like you said, that you shouldn't pass up. You guys have to decide.
I'd take it. You never know where that
Yeah, I say
concert's
go
gonna
for
give
it.
you access
I
to.
say go for
Yeah.
it.
All right. Well,
Keep in mind, though, if you're
You
over,
go be your rock star self.
if you're over in Lounge 4 and combat breaks out, there's no way in hell that you can, run to somewhere in 5 minutes. The combat would be long over. And you missed your chance to melt
And
brains.
that's fair.
Just saying.
I trust the team without me.
Okay.
They
I
pretty
trust my
much
team.
survived without me prior to this.
Yeah.
So,
And you do so well with combat on your own, right?
exactly. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Dude,
Not
you
like
were
a-
a total ninja with the in the basement of the Hut Palace, man. Like you pretty much handled an entire encounter by yourself.
Fair. Yeah, I wasted like 3 destiny points and all of my force points.
Yeah, but dude, still.
Fair. All right. So I will get in contact with the people that are looking for a lead singer and a guitarist, and I'll go audition.
He's
There-
Brittany, bitch.
very, very late in the day, O'Keefe notifies you guys that somebody has contacted the Banshee and left a message electronically.
Okay.
Do tell.
Mm-hmm.
Do tell.
And this is the message. Actually, it's funny because you know how they have that cryptic phone message? Like with the,
If you are wise, you will stop asking so many questions. It is a long drop through the clouds, and enemies of the hut have a bad habit of vanishing.
that kind of thing.
Well, that kind of confirms one thing at least. Still here.
That's true. Why threaten?
Can we reply to the message?
No, it's like
Can we
it's
trace the message?
it's a voice drop. It's somebody made a recording and then, blah, 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 third parties, and just has it, sent to you. You can try. I'm not saying no.
I mean,
Gonna
third parties
try.
means that there is some sort of connection.
Yeah,
Okay.
so if this is like high security stuff like that, they've got to use badges to get anywhere. We'll check out all the access swipes to where the voice recording was left, and then trace that number back to every other access point it was used to get to there. Like just to go backtrack through all the doors.
She says the message was delivered electronically to the Banshee and it was addressed to you. So it was like an email kind of thing. And then there's a recording in it, saying that.
Well, is there a email address that it is from?
Yeah, what's the IP address on that thing?
It's like the mall. What do you call it? The information desk. Public access kind of thing.
Security camera? Facial recognition?
Sure.
Let's try.
Okay. People are at that desk all day.
I'm not talking to people. I'm using computers.
No, I'm just saying, if you hack into the security feed, you see people go to the information desk all day. Groups waiting,
Is there any facial recognition software you can run against those people, see if any criminals access this that would be out of the ordinary?
Yeah. Highly sophisticated, sure. About 7 out of 10 people up here have records. Are not legit.
Also check timestamps
all day.
Well, no. When was this message sent? Like, when did it arrive compared to who was at the thing? Because if it's a high-tech system, it's going to be pretty instantaneous unless you can specifically say, I drop it at 12 hours from now.
Or deliver this
Which wouldn't make any sense.
Deliver this message. Well, there is something in time, right? Which would be intelligence. Rahaul probably is our lead.
16.
Why would they send this message? Rahaul?
It's obvious we was asking questions.
Was we? No, I don't remember Merrick asking the dumpster questions. I don't remember Poser specifically. He actually corrected the DM on asking questions, and Frank asked absolutely no questions. You asked questions.
Right.
And what time was that? And then how much time with you asking around does somebody go, hey, somebody's asking around, and up the food chain it goes, and then they send a message, right? So when was all that? Well, you spent the day doing it. You don't know who, you know what I mean? Was it the first guy you asked or the 20th guy you asked? And they waited till the end of the day to deliver the message.
For gather information, it is 1d6 hours to gather information.
And he got nothing. And kept trying, right? Because he didn't get his information. 1d6.
Well, did he roll it multiple times, or did he just roll it once?
Just once.
Then it's 1d6 hours.
True. But the DM is very heavily hinting for a good story reason. That's like, I only need one roll. But if you want to keep rolling, sure. I'm pretty sure in the core book and just about every DMing guide I ever read going, oh, let the players beat their heads against the wall. Soon they will learn. You don't have to tell them. You know what? I've been DMing for 30 years. Players never, ever, ever, ever learn. They'll pull rules on you, like Aiden. And then you go through a whole bunch of rolls, and then they go, yeah, we were right in the private chat. He's a dick. He's not going to give it to us. It's not me, gentlemen. The story lends itself to a certain structure where, and Ryan loves this part, where the story is more important than the dice rolls, where the story overrides the whatever. Now, you guys have gotten really warm and have fought on both fronts that they list for me. And you guys have found out stuff, lots of stuff. He's here. You know this because you're getting threatened. So that's worth a day of fucking around by itself, if you ask me. And Zhin got us complete access for the entire time we're here, as long as he,
dude, today was great. This is the first day
You know
we
what I
just
mean?
rolled in.
And-
we rolled in like Big Dick in the locker room, slapping
know.
people in the face with it.
you know. So I what have we learned, Dorothy?
Darg is here.
Yeah.
Money seriously talks right now.
Yeah, but even if you've tried bribing, and I didn't even take your money. See, that was the thing, is like, yeah, I could make him roll a bunch of times, Aiden, but then it'd be like, and you're gonna bribe? I could have drained his bank account till it was dry, and then went, sorry, Matt, you're broke, and you learn nothing because the module says there's specific way, afraid people, blah blah blah. And to me, that's the real GM dick move, is to let a player beat himself and burn resources. So at the chance of, probably there's a whole bunch of RPG players going, bad DM, bad DM, bad DM. I don't want this to turn into a fight with what a player can and can't do, because my brain is stretched between 6 shows and 4 rule sets. So guys, you're at the end of your day, you got a threat. Yay, he's here. You have good access. What do you guys want to do next?
Go out and drink our faces off.
Go
No,
out and audition for a band.
That's going to cost you. Okay. Okay. Is there like a performance check in this?
I was
Nope.
just actually thinking about that. I don't think so.
Because I would love it if Poser went out there and like failed the audition. They just wouldn't have it.
I
What?
mean, social science, most likely.
He goes back and pulls a 30 out of his ass and turns him into a goth band.
Survival.
They go from Backstreet Bespin Boys to like this heavy metal Bespin Bothan band or something, thanks to his influence. That would be funny. See, I'm willing to work dice rolls depending on how good or bad they are. You see? All good. Okay.
Maybe like persuasion plus pilot.
Pilot. As he surfs in
Dex.
on his guitar. No.
But persuasion would make sense, especially if singing, but also either mechanics, because technically savvy for guitar string.
There's no
or social
performance in this, huh?
sciences,
Okay.
but-
Well, you're persuading your audience.
Yeah.
Technical info. Anyway. So back to where were we? Hacking, backtracking, emailing, right?
So we have no way of knowing who sent it.
No, I didn't say that. I was just
Well,
expanding upon. You guys were like, where did it come from? Well, it came from here. Well, we're timestamped. Like every time you've asked me a question, you've also sort of like narrowed the pathways. You know what I mean?
okay, then I got nothing. I've tried every idea I have to try to figure out who sent it. Doesn't seem like it's
Well,
you're supposed to find out.
No, not exactly. Where were we? My going off is more about the gather info on the foot than your computer use, because we haven't got back into that. And then we were going off about the cameras and everything. And then we were talking about, I was correcting him on how many rolls he made. So getting back to Zhin on the actual computer, tracing somebody that used the kiosk or whatever, right? And you guys were trying to like, well, narrow it down to a time frame. That's very difficult, because was it the first guy that he asked at 1 o'clock? Was it the last guy he asked at 8 o'clock? Right?
Mm-hmm.
So either possibly still using the computer, either changing your approach. Because like I said, that access you have is gold, and it can probably, narrow things a lot. Or, ask around. Sorry, I'm kind of beating you guys, browbeating you guys. Sorry.
Could you use your access to the computer to follow the people who Rahaul talked with after Rahaul talked with them? To see who they talked to then after the fact?
I suppose.
Broken telephone through the security feed. Track. Oh,
Yeah.
that would take days though.
Well, how many guys did you end up talking with?
Well, I spent 1d6 hours. So
Uh,
let's find out. Let me hit the dice.
Merrick is onto something. Merrick, can I have a knowledge technology?
Sure.
If only there was a way.
So I gathered information for 3 hours. So that does narrow down the time frame quite a bit.
12 knowledge tech.
Okay. If only there was a way to, besides being a person, for someone to rapidly watch a bunch of footage, simultaneously or at high speed, to literally follow the people after Rahaul talked to see who went back to what they're doing and who kind of went, I'm going, and possibly, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Give the footage over to R4 to cycle through.
He's not the only droid on the ship.
Oh yeah. Crash is here too.
Yep.
Well, okay. So let me go talk to O'Keefe to see if we can tap into her resources for this.
Okay.
So I'll knock on her cabin door. Pardon the disturbance, but I was just wondering, well, he ain't doing nothing much right now anyways. Could I perhaps borrow your droid's resources to help with a bit of data crunching?
You're not going to start working out player odds at back table and stuff, are you?
No. This is more a little on task for what we's here for.
Yet we weren't.
And I'll actually explain to her kind of what we have in mind. I need to. I was out in the town asking some questions. That message we sent threatening us. There was only a pretty limited window, but it's enough time that's gone by that we could use as much computing power as we can get. There's only so many people I talked to, and one of them went back, so we got to trace the security feeds.
But like you said, you tell her why, the big why.
Yep.
Because you basically have her at let's get back at Bespin. Because remember how upset she was with them? By laying this out, she's like, we're getting back at them. You know what I mean?
Okay.
She has a score to settle because she's pissed. She's still pissed at them. Oh, look, someone new for her to direct her anger to besides you. So yeah, no, she'll get him to crunch it. So he does, and like I said, he goes over footage thanks to Zhin. They can follow, like, does a speed up of the guy walking and then analyzes, like I said, the movement. And you just tell
put
him,
all the droids on it.
Yeah,
and
well, the other one's
too,
still trying to sneak
to.
back here. The other one's still trying. I'm laying low. So you guys want to go get him? Okay.
Well, if he hasn't come back, then yeah, I'll see if I can track him down and maybe Aiden is getting back.
Okay. So someone you talk to goes off and goes right by several computer terminals to go to one of the more industrial areas of the city. Like in the bowels of the city. Where the Parliament of Guilds and stuff, you know what I mean? Where the Ugnaughts hang out, little piggy-faced dudes that like playing hoops with droid heads.
Yep.
There's actually, besides regular humanoids, there actually is a rather large service of these Ugnaughts that run Cloud City. They're the mechanics, they're the, service people, they're the load lifters, they're your working construction man, as it were.
The halflings.
Yeah.
Servant class. Sweet. Okay.
So,
well, that's narrowed. That's given us something to check into.
Right. So, Zhin, if you want to give me a computer check to see if this is, if you can sort of, through that, see if they've pinged, see if they've sent a message from there to like a hut or to like out to like to bounce it. You know what I mean? To get it towards the the information center, and then
let me pull up my computer use here.
Okay.
Still using the big computer or no?
Oh yeah, no, you're good.
Okay.
No one's found you, shut you out in a couple hours.
41.
Okay, so here's the thing. Somebody talked to Rahaul, right? Went past some public
Natural
places,
20.
go in the bowels of the place, right? They go down to the industrial computer. They go down to the industrial panel, okay? They send a message to the information desk, and it's like, please forward this message, like, and you send it, like, copy it. You know what I mean? It's like hiring a
Mhm.
delivery guy to go hire a delivery guy. And then they don't erase the message or the secondary delivery. They all their contact, their login, who gave them the message, right? So you just have a working stiff going, what's message number 42 that's sitting in their computer, right? Okay, they give the message. Well, you came from the other way, and it's like, okay, here's the message, but there's no record of who put it there, no log or whatever. So you guys kind of like, sort of like the beat street found a way around, and see what I'm
Nice.
saying? Yeah.
Mhm.
But we'll get into that later. So, anyway, O'Keefe can give you Crash, guys can give you the address, like the actual terminal that was used down there in the that part of the city.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Let's go check it out, shall we?
Okay.
Sounds like a plan.
So you guys all
Okay.
gear
Merrick,
up,
Posa.
gear up with. I'm surprised Merrick spent one day on a bomb instead of making 6 stun batons. You get a stun baton. You get a stun baton.
But what a bomb.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that reminds me. That's what I stole from the guy. I ran off with his stun baton, not his gun, because a droid with a gun would get shot. I ran with a stun baton, hit him in the nads, come back, and like just before you guys leave, R4 shows up and he's carrying, the stun baton. Nah, drops it. Fetch. Well, I'm not carrying this. This is like police issue. I'll get arrested. So, gives it to you guys. So yeah, you're up 1 stun baton for your patience.
Yay.
So guys, are all of you heading down, the 4 of you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
might as
Yeah.
well. We'll leave the droid on the ship, and we'll actually kind of have him in an overwatch, just kind of paying attention to security feeds and seeing and following our progress to see if we're being followed by anyone.
Okay. That's clever. You guys descend into the industrial sector, and humans become less and less common, and Ugnuts outnumber the other species almost at a 2-to-1 in these areas. The directions you are given lead you to an office marked Parliament of Guilds, Sector U357, and I will put that in the chat just for fun. Boop. There we go. So this is the proverbial door to an office that has the computer terminal that was used on the other side of this door. Capiche? What do you guys want to do?
Yep.
Have R4 access the camera in the room. Tell us who's in the room.
Okay. There's no camera here. Possibly this
Any
is why they
audio?
use this computer. No.
No audio. Is the computer in use?
Yeah. He can tell you who's logged in to use it.
Sure. Let's start with that.
Okay. He pulls up, sends you the information. You see the rotating head, a Ognut that has, that works at the Parliament office is currently using his computer.
And this is all being kind of piped through our comms.
Yeah, he's just telling you in binary, but he's like, I have the information on who's logged in, and he just starts reading the stat block, race, Ognut, clearance, Parliament, blah, guild. Like the guy works here, supposed to work there, and is in the middle of his 9-to-5 shift right now. At least that's the guy that's on the computer that was used before, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. So was the message sent during the 9-to-5 operational hours, or was it like an after hours thing?
Oh, that's a good question. Yeah, no, it would have been you get R4 to pull up the operation hours, and these guys have very long hours. So yeah, it was used within operational hours. So either somebody came and went, "Hey, Bob, take a break. I need your terminal." Threatened Bob, or is an associate of Bob. A couple scenarios still exist here, but you guys are getting warmer, narrowing the playing field. Did you guys want to go in?
And how is the door controlled? Is it just a turn knob, or is it a panel opened?
It's just like a
key swipe kind of thing.
No, it's like a regular door. It slides open automatically, but it's not like a security pass to get in.
It's an office.
Yeah.
All right. So before we go in or anything, I'll pull the guys off to the side and be like, "So what are you guys thinking? How do you want to approach this? Go in all heavy-handed and threats, or should we try to apply a softer touch to this one?"
I am not skillful. You know this.
Well, there ain't no cameras down here. I know that too.
If you let me try, I would say I am a scalpel. And if that doesn't work, then we bring in the hammer.
Sounds
Fair
good.
enough. Do you want me to back you up on this, or you want to give a whirl yourself?
I think I should be okay. I'll give a call out if I need help.
All right. Fair enough.
Okay.
I'll just kind of hang back and cover all the entrances and exits then.
Try and look like we belong and not. Yeah, I don't know. Is there like a stealth or something? Blend into the crowd, but they're all little pigmen. So,
Rahaul, can you explain the sabak game more?
oh yeah, for sure. We all pull them off to the side and.
Okay, so who's going in?
Poser by himself.
So Poser, as the door slides open, in a low-ceilinged room, over a dozen Ugnaughts look up from their computer terminals, plural, or just end conversations they were having with one another quite abruptly. There is a long moment of silence as the Ugnaught workers all turn their eyes towards you. Breaking the silence, one of the Ugnaught squeals and grabs another by the coat, shaking his comrade roughly. Anyone speak Ugnaught?
Nope.
Anybody have a universal translator?
I don't.
Is there one on the ship?
If you point a gun at them, do they learn basic?
Quite possibly.
So I will immediately turn back and call out, Rahaul, gonna need some backup in here. And also, on the comms, be like, for which terminal? There's multiple in here.
So I'm going to take a good look around to see if I can kind of determine the reasoning for a guild post being out here. Is it like a trade spot?
These guys are
19
paper pushing in the industrial sector. These guys number crunch and they work for the industrial sector.
Yeah, but like, is there a specific like job that they're doing there? Like, I get they're pushing papers for the industrial sector, but is there a specific thing that's going on in the area?
They do all kinds of stuff. These guys track shipping invoices, loading, the gas, that, like all the actual industrial functions of Bespin Cloud City. These guys, are number crunching office workers.
Okay.
They have dozens and dozens of tasks.
So I'll look at the guys and be like, on me, and I'll head on over to the door.
Okay.
Oh, follow behind.
So as he's coming for backup, I'll be like, gentlemen, hello, sorry for the interruption. I am looking for a specific person who accessed a specific terminal.
The one,
you mind helping me?
One immediately jumps up and grabs another by the coat and starts shaking him again. I told you they would find us, the Ugnaught shouts. You've brought them down on us, all because of your meddling. They will kill us for sure. The second Ugnaught...
Is this in basic?
Yeah. The second Ugnaught, fighting desperately to break free of his companion's grasp, cries out pleadingly, we don't know that they work for the hut. Maybe they can help us. Next week on We Shot First, episode 7. We'll see you next time. Say goodnight, poser.
Good night, Cannon Potter.